Evening, boys and girls. TMA Sunday Night Live, where you choose the topics. We will discuss them, as always, in association with the TMA Former Players Club. Heads up, as always, to Pricey and Lufa, Watford's favourite son. Head on over to Facebook for that. To the classic introductions as ever. Young man Dino, the Turkish immigrant, the man, the myth, the legend, Dino, and Mr. Captain Harris himself, Canadian Darren. All right, boys. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Just on a thing, good luck for the move next week, Dino, by the way. We're finally deporting him from Fennycroft. So he's going to downtown Leverstock Green, I think, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Downtown, absolutely. Send him in downtown.
Yeah. He's going in the ghetto.
He's proper gangster. He's proper gangster in Apsley, the ghetto in Apsley. It's the mean streets of Fennycroft as well, to be fair, Moobs. You know,
that's true. Learn your trade there. You can go anywhere you want.
We're raised the hard way, mate. Definitely. Anything near Parkwood Drive surgery as well is quite rough, isn't it? So, you know, we know what it's like to live rough. Definitely, mate. It is, mate. The school of hard knocks. Right, boys. Also, just a quick shout out to my sister. She's writing for Walked for Autism. So what I'll do is I'll post the link up. So if anyone who's already donated, thank you ever so much. She's still laughing. She's running off behalf of me, my son and her daughter as well, my niece. So if anyone could donate, that'd be absolutely awesome. She's a Watford fan as well, and we're trying to drag her to the Scum game, but let's see if she bottles it or not. She has got a ticket, because that man over there, where is he? That man over there is bloody not going, isn't he? The bloody plastic. So he's
bail that day.
He's slumming it.
I'm on a Caribbean cruise for 2 weeks. So sorry.
I know, it sounds really grim, mate. It really does, mate. I hope you survive that. It really does sound bad. Honestly, mate.
It's terrible.
It really does, mate. Right, okay, let's get straight on it. We've got a couple of tasty topics. I think Melanie's thrown one up, so Melanie will definitely discuss yours ASAP as well. So let's get straight on it. Sorry. Right. Okay, boys. Right. Andy Whitney says, was the loan keeper someone we should look at signing permanent? Dino, do you want to take this first, or who wants to take this?
I'll take it. I didn't really see the game. I was out and about, unfortunately. I've seen the highlights, but someone said he got man of the match. You know, what I saw, he looked comfortable. He looked okay. He looked like he spoke a lot. And, you know, players jumped on board. So I don't think it'd hurt to have him there. You know, Batman's still out for quite some time. It'd take a bit of pressure off our other keeper. So, you know, I can't really blame him for both goals. They were two terrible goals to give away, to be honest with you, weren't they? Andrews lost his man for the first one. And the second one, the Serrata, I think, by the looks of it, fell asleep. They took a quick one. So I can't really blame him for either goal on that. So I'll have a look on him Tuesday. But I don't think it'll hurt. We need more signings, don't we? And Batman, when he gets back, definitely needs a bit more competition, and that might give him a bit more kick up the arse. So, yeah, that's the best I can really comment on that. That's what I said. Unfortunately, I missed the game.
What do you reckon, Moves? Looked good, didn't he, mate?
He did. Yeah, we did look good. I only literally saw the second half because I was out yesterday morning. So I missed the first. Yeah, couldn't fault him for their equaliser because, like Dino just said, you've got to blame the whole entire back line or whoever decides to fall asleep on a corner. Tom Deli Bashu, stop playing around with your socks. It is quite simple. You don't do that on a corner. We're all taught that from a young age. How the hell did he not realise? I actually thought this thing about the keeper, I thought he was permanent.
I thought he was as well. I thought he signed a 3.5-year deal.
Yeah, he did.
That's what I'm baffled by. It's like
well, that answers that question, then, doesn't it?
Yeah. Dan's right. He is permanent.
Yeah,
he is. He's 100%.
Right. Okay. So, go on, Darren. Go on, mate. Finish your bit, and then we'll go straight to Melanie's, because that's pretty much the quickest ever answered question. That is, because I thought that I was like, hang on, that's really thrown me off here. So go on, Darren. Sorry, mate.
Yeah. No, what was you done, Moves? Is Moves done? Okay.
Yeah, go. Yeah, no, I'm all over the place here. Go, I've been here for 6.
That's just it. No, it was a 3.5-year deal, and by all accounts, I saw the extended highlights, and he looked a decent keeper. And like you say, one man of the match. Just going back to the 2 goals conceded, and I don't know if it's going to come up in the conversation or not, but I was chatting with my dad today. My dad's 89, right? And we were on about the absurdity of bloody zonal marking. Why do we do it? Why the fuck do we do it? It's ridiculous. Like when I used to play sweeper, and when it used to come to defending corner kicks, the golden rule was you had a bloke on the front post, you had a bloke on the back post, and everybody had their man to mark. That was it. None of this zonal crap. Because I've never seen a team that has really successfully worked zonal defending, ever. We had it, Silver had it at Watford, I remember that. It just creates problems. And you see the 2 goals yesterday, and it was such ball watching. It was agonising to watch. It was a Sunday League goal. Both of them, really. It was just poor. And what makes me laugh, they kind of side moved Robbo out and brought that lad back that was working, the young Spanish guy who was working before. And you've got to wonder what does go on a training field, because that's shambolic defending. And it was, let's be clear, yesterday was a great performance and a really unlucky not to get 3 points result. But how do you switch, as a professional footballer, how the hell do you switch off like that? You know? My mate played at Sheffield United. He was at Sutton. He was in the Sutton team that beat Coventry 2-1 in the FA Cup years ago, and he was picked up by Dave Bassett and went to Sheffield United.
Famous win, mate.
Yeah, it was a good win, and we were talking one day, and he was saying, he said he just could never understand there are players out there that just switch off. They literally just switch off, and he said he used to find from the second he crossed the line until the minute he left the field, he was just totally and utterly immersed in the game. And I think you've got to be at that level. But anyway, but jumping back to the keeper, good signing. Appalled that, what really irked me was, because obviously I was away last week, I was recovering from that bloody shingles vaccine. But it was crazy because when I don't know how much you talked last week, but when the chat came in about the potential sacking of Cleverley and this new guy coming along, this Spanish guy, the media had been breached with the information that there would be money available to assist the new coach, although it was towards the end of the January window. And then they come out, Pozo comes out and says, we're going to back Cleverley. And to me, it was just a public exhibition of just how to humiliate someone. Really was. And Tom spoke like a gentleman, like he always does, but we've got a good goalkeeper. We've signed a left back with a damaged shoulder. So for a 4-month loan, you're getting him for 3 months. He's only available for 75% of the time. So I don't know, just really irks me because you see the effort yesterday that the team put in, and it just shows that with a little bit more, even if it was loans, and apparently Cleverley did indicate other loans that were available and were within the budget, and they didn't go for it. And it's so tight in that league right now. Just a couple of back-to-back wins, we'd be in the mix. So, anyway.
Brilliant. I'll shout that out now. We'll go to Melanie's comment just before we go to the next one. But just before that, Melanie's also said, loser man of the match. Halsey said, evening, geez. It's great to see Darren has escaped the Blue Oyster Bar. Right. Oh, Police Academy, mate.
It's the famous one in Police Academy.
Where Mahoney keeps sending Harris and Proctor.
Okay.
Oh, brilliant. I think it happened every single one, I think. Right, Ryan, evening, Ryan. He says, is the club correct by not spending anything in the transfer window? Is bringing the debt under control most important, especially if predict clubs will lose about 12 million a season if there is no deal. Woody, hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Ryan's just stating, obviously, we signed him on a 3.5-year deal. Halsey, that's a bail condition being allowed on a cruise for 2 weeks, Dino. Mr. Higgins, it's lovely, mate. Bringing on an additional defender to make a back five cost us. Up until then, we handled him well. Clev's fucked up there. Gary Iron feels like a loss, but would have taken a point at the beginning. We played well. And what a goal from Loser. Dan saying, although it wouldn't surprise me if we only signed Perm, as we couldn't loan any more from them, he'd probably be sold back to Udinese in the summer. Dino Cruz, is that on the Bibby Stockholmers from Woody? Big shout out to Mournful. Evening, mate. Ryan, to be fair, our defence was shambolic even when Robbo was there. It was shambolic even before Robbo was there. We could have lost in extra time. We didn't, thankfully.
Praise the Lord.
Halsey, mate, it wasn't a cup tie. I know what you mean, mate. So many positives in this group. Have faith. Yeah, no, absolutely, mate. I mean, look, we said that yesterday, Mr. Higgins, that there was plenty of positives to come from yesterday. Absolutely, mate. Certainly more positives than negatives. I'll put it that way. Right, okay. Before we go on to the next topic, we'll do Melanie's because she messaged way about an hour before the show. She said, what would GT think of, 1, the transfer window, and 2, the response of the team versus Sunderland? Young man?
I don't think he'd be too happy with the transfer window. I think he definitely would have wanted 2 or 3 more players like Tom would. I think the performance, I'd have put him happy, not extremely happy. I think he'd been really, really pissed off with them 2 sloppy goals to concede. I think he would have had a few words to say about that. To do it once, but to do it twice is really, like Darren said, it's really unacceptable at professional level. And if Moobs is right, he was buggering about with his shoelaces, that's also very fucking ridiculous. In the 89th minute, don't worry about your fucking shoelaces, just get rid of the ball. And, a few people blaming Cleverley for putting on an extra defender. To be honest, we'd blame him if we kept a midfielder on, then didn't put another defender on. So, to be fair, he can't win really in that defence. If he gets it right, they're not going to complain at him, are they? But he got it wrong. I think it's a bit harsh to blame him for that because you're professionals. You can defend as a team for, what was it, 87th minute or something they done it? You can defend for 6 minutes as a team. So, yeah, it's not really an excuse to blame Tom. But, yeah, I think Graham Taylor, like I said, he'd been disappointed with the transfer window, definitely. I said wanted 3 more. And he'd been quite happy with the result. It was a great result. I was one of them who we'd lose 2-0, if I'm being honest with you. It's a tough place to go. But now the boys dug in deep, and I'm very proud of them. And they need to consistently do that. They need to do that a lot more because they got one hell of a game on Tuesday against Leeds. So you'll be on top form for that. So, yeah.
I think GT would not have been impressed with the transfer window at all. I think he would have been asking the club where are these players that I've asked for. And basically done what Clev said. Look, I've told him who I want, told him who to go and get. Why have you not done it? Quite simple. As for what would he have thought of yesterday's game, I think he would have been peed off in the manner that we conceded that late equaliser. A bit like what Dino said, and I'm sorry, but Tom Deli Bashu needs to take some blame for it because you're pissing around trying to sort your socks out. You're bent down. The guy you're marking's stolen half a yard on you, and he's put the ball in the net. You just, I said it earlier, I'll say it again. You just do not do that on a corner that you're defending. It's wrong. It is not. I'm surprised no one had a go at him over it. He knew straight away as soon as that ball went in the net. He put his shirt over his head. He knew he was in the wrong. But yeah, I think Klebs was, damned if he did and damned if he didn't yesterday. He tried to shore it up to try and stop Sunderland scoring. But the only problem was after they equalised, they had so much momentum, they could have won 4-2. That's the crazy thing about it. Our keeper come to the rescue. But yeah, I think overall, I think GT, if he had seen it, probably would have been annoyed. But I think he would have been. I think he would have been proud of the performance to go up there and dig in, and then to get on top of them for so long. I think that is something he would have been really, really pleased with.
What do you reckon, Dan?
Yeah, similar to the 2 lads. I think transfer window extremely disappointing. I know you keep hearing about lack of funds, but I think there were options out there. I really do. The past month has cast a big shadow over the club for me. lost a lot of respect for Pozo now, and that ain't going to come back, I don't think, for me. I think Woody, as the lad said, performance-wise, yeah, he would have been very happy with the performance, furious with the defence, but it was a well-earned point and should have been 3, but equally could have been none, like Moobs just said there. But yeah, I just don't get it. I mean, we're going to, when they came out and said they're going to back Tom, well, the proof was pudding, and they didn't back him when it came to the market. And I just get sickened by this. It's not the first time we sign a player that's injured. Where's the logic in that? I'm not saying that the player's not quality, because I think he's an American international, he's a good player, but why do you do that to yourself? It's just putting a carrot too far in front of the donkey for me, and I think tough going. But yeah, good performance overall yesterday. I actually thought we'd get beat 3 or 4-0 if I'm honest, because Sunderland are very strong at home. That's a tough place to go. So yeah, what do you think, Pidge?
Yeah, firstly, my old school friend Dino knows him, probably moves my name is Stuart. Big shout out to him. He sorted out a monitor for me today, and he also upgraded my PC. He gave me his old PC, so his Dell PC. So thank you very much, mate. This is what I'm on at the moment. So you're an absolute legend, Stuart. Cheers, mate. He said, shouldn't piss about with your socks or boots until you know the ball is dead, regardless of where you're on where on the pitch the ball is. Pro footballers should know this. Just my opinion. Yeah, we're in complete agreement, mate, as well. By the way, loser scored Watford's goal of the season. The bend on the ball was sublime. Yeah, it was fantastic. Certainly up there with Vatters. I mean, it'd be a straight heat with Vatters. Long range against Fulham, and that I think those two.
I'll take.
Go on, mate.
I think you got to throw another one in there. Kayembe's opening day goal against Millwall.
Yeah, that corner one. Yeah, true.
That's got to be in there.
Absolutely, mate. They're not lost the game at the stadium like this season. Absolutely, buddy. Yeah, good shout there, mate. So, look, I mean, quick answer, Melanie's one before we go on to the next topic. Yeah, of course, GT wouldn't be too happy with the business that was done, but probably if he was in charge, he would probably know. I'd say probably he would definitely have known the finances and the capabilities of what we can and could and couldn't achieve at the club. So would it be downbeat? It depends on what he wanted. It might have been a slightly different direction, but I know with GT at the time, he ran the club and it's a totally different market now. In terms of the performance, I think he would have been pleased that we showed the fight and desire that, we've been craving consistently this season, especially away. Obviously disappointed with the goals. I don't know, GT Percy. This is just my assumption. Yeah. No one can blame Robbo for those 2 goals, can they? Because he's not there anymore. He's scouting, so you can't. No, I can't see no one digging out Robbo there. So which is nice. Sorry, but I chat to Robbo and I think he's a fantastic bloke. I'm very impressed with Doumbia. Got a player there, much better movement than Bio. Sorry, Doumbia should start over Bio. That is actually our next topic. Just before we go on to the segment, so we can carry on this, mate. Dan, as always, cheers, Dan, and like I said, big shout out to Andy as well for his topic. Why have we persisted with Bayer for so long when Doumbia is so much better? Just before you guys go on, the reason they did, I think Duncan said this as well, they brought him for a long term. So around this time, he was going to come good. So I think it's kind of, they're trying to gently ease him in. And he's going to, at this point in time, obviously the hand was forced against Sunderland. But as you can see, he's more than capable of starting up front now. I thought he had an excellent game. It's only one game, and we said yesterday there's going to be bad games, but we need to support him when he has his bad games. But so far, he looks absolutely fantastic. I thought he was brilliant yesterday, and we look so much better with him up front. And I don't mean that as a two-fingered thing to Bio, but I do think we look better with him up front. But I'll throw it to you boys anyway. Dino, what do you reckon, mate?
Yeah, like I said, it's only one game. I watched the highlights. He looks exciting, young, fit, movement looks excellent. The thing that impressed me the most, you three would have spotted it, and the commentator said it as well, was when he had that header saved, he didn't have his hands on his head like a lot of pros do, go, oh, God, I missed a chance. He's got right back up there, got the ball and won the penalty. And for me, for such a young man to do that, it's absolutely outstanding to see his head screwed on, because even pros like Haaland would have his hands on his head just standing there. They get the easy clearance and we don't even get that pen. So for me to show that, it shows his head screwed on. Yeah, Pidge is right. It's one game, but he's 20 years old. I'm not hating on Bio. I'm not his biggest fan. I was very disappointed in his red card. Apparently it wasn't a red card, but still, you shouldn't do that sort of thing. He's an experienced player now. And yeah, it's a sign times. This kid needs his chance now, and it's the sort of player we need up top that excite the fans, that get us off our feet. Like I said, his movement for that header, it was outstanding. He sort of stopped, then went wide. It was brilliant movement for such a young player, and he looks really, really promising and exciting. And you get Bar and Fatter fit as well, feeding this boy. We've still got a chance of maybe making the playoffs. You know, we're still hanging in there, but you get all these players in with that kid and keep playing like that. Yeah, you know, we got half a chance, let's say. So yeah, I was impressed with him. One game, and you know, he should start against Leeds, and if he can play well against there, he's going to be absolutely fine in this division, playing against some of the top teams in this division. So he's going to play because Bio's still out. So yeah, we'll see how good this kid is. But very promising start. He was very, very impressive what I saw of him.
Yeah, no, I think it's great that we're actually giving the youngsters a chance again. I think this season has highlighted just how much we need them. And to be honest, Bayo has had enough chances now, and I am sick of him. And a lot of people said it, and I backed it up. Yes, Bayo probably wouldn't even run for half of those balls that Dumiba was going for. He wouldn't have put half those challenges in. Yes, the red card last week at Norwich is ridiculous. It should have been rescinded. I can't understand why the FA said it's got to stand. That's corruption at the highest level. There's more of that going on than anything right now in the FA. Yet again, for me, if Dumiba can, I think I got his name right then. If he smashes it in these 3 games that he's got the chance to shine in, if I was Bayo, I'd be looking over my shoulder, because all of a sudden it's going to be, actually, mate, you're probably worthy of a place on the bench again, because this guy deserves to start more than what you do. And you know, if he gets a goal, maybe 2 goals, then it does throw it into question. But yeah, very impressed with him. He looks composed. He doesn't look scared. He wants to get stuck in, which is what we really need right now. It's across the board. We need everyone getting stuck in. So I think he can only get better, and the positives are going to come more and more. You know, and I think Andy Hinchcliffe said yesterday on commentary he was mega impressed with him, with Dumiba. You know, just saying like he just doesn't stop running. He's committed. He wants the ball. He wants to get on the ball. And I think there was a point where he said he might not. I think, did he go something like 10 minutes without touching it, and then but then ran back after the ball and won it back. That's, you know, don't see some of our first team do that half the time, and we're seeing a striker do it. You know, a young striker. So yeah, long may it continue. And I really can't wait for Tuesday, because if he can run at the Leeds back line, you know, look what Millwall done to him yesterday. And Millwall haven't got a much better squad than us at the minute. You know, I don't know if Leeds made changes to try and rest their players, but you know, let's go. We've got nothing to lose on Tuesday. Nothing to lose.
Yeah. Do you reckon, mate?
I just think for me, it's for a young lad to make his professional debut, you know, Stadium of Light, which has got to be one of the toughest league grounds to go to, and to put in that performance, that's got to be good. That takes some balls to do that. So I was really impressed with that. I think, and I agree about the whole, you know, having a header saved and follow up. He just looks switched on. I mean, exactly, you know, we're not all jumping over ourselves because it's one game, but even so, what a great start for the kid. Obviously, they got a lot of belief in him, and this is, you know, sometimes football works out in a funny way, and the sending off of Bayo has given him this chance. And going up against, Leeds did rest quite a few players apparently yesterday at Millwall. But even so, I think, we've still got more than enough in that squad. And I think Vata should be back for Tuesday night as well. So it should be a good game. It should be a very entertaining game, actually. Two good teams. So love to see the kid get a goal, get one under his belt, and go on to good things. It's very promising. That's my message.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I think he's excellent. Yeah, I've said all I say about him, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing more of him. Hopefully, turns it on against the scum as well, mate. That's all I can say. Yeah, I don't want to swear on here. We have got kids watching, so possibly. Right, okay. Melanie's saying thank you for answering my question. Absolutely, Melanie. Thank you very much. There's any interesting answers. Ryan said I was very impressed with Doumbia. Got a player there, much better movement than Bayer. That's not hard, mate. Dino's got better movement than him. Dumbia's got better movement. Oh, mate, you would have scored a hat trick yesterday, mate, easily. Mr. Malcolm saying GT was some. As Sir Alex Ferguson and Wenger, they were all more than coaches. They were the club. Absolutely, mate. I mean, back in those days, they ran the club. Pidge's right. Cheers, mate. He says, guessing the rest of you agree. Football, I pay him enough. Football has changed. It's now a business more than a sport, unfortunately. Yeah, and he's also got a great point, Dino, when you were talking about that as well. Wendover said, just got in for my weekend in the Northeast, but it must be hell of a piss up, Wendover. Sorry, can't be with you tonight, lads. Boys played well yesterday. Just a pity they can't defend corners. Halsey, it's good to see a youngster getting a chance of agreeing with you, Moobs. Not just Watford. There must be a similar talent in other clubs that are not getting a chance. Ryan Doumbia was so impressive. I'm looking forward to the front being Shaq or Dave, Vata, Bart and Doumbia. Quite frightening, mate. You don't win anything with kids. Alan Hansen, August 1995, I believe. That's from Stuart. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, that obviously aged like milk. Doumbia is quick. That's from Wendover. Definitely, mate. Dan saying Doumbia will give opposition players something to worry about. They will always have to leave one or two covering him, which will create space elsewhere. They knew Bayer was no threat. Probably why, man. They're not stupid, are they, mate? Sorry, but it's things we're slagging off Bayer, but it's not the case. We're just having a laugh. We do have some talent at the club. I mean, Ryan, I'm absolutely agree, mate. I've highlighted it yesterday as well. We've got some fantastic youngsters coming through, raw, exciting players, and that's all down to the fantastic coaches and Jimmy and Jono and everyone involved there, mate. Because it's some fantastic, and also Klebs as well, because he's played a part in that as well. So the future's bright, especially coming from youth. I think this is our best crop we've had in years. Honestly, a group. Best since we had the group breaking in the 90s, mate. It's that good. Honestly, I personally think there's 6 or 7 that could possibly potentially be first team regulars at the club. But I say potentially because there's always a doubt over that. But I think there's 6 or 7 I could name that there could potentially be first team regulars at the club.
I was going to say, Pidge, did you hear that in the window, Wolfsburg approached the club about Bar? Did you hear about that? I heard
murmuring. I didn't know if that was true or not.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Was that they approached the club to get Bar, although he's injured, and it was an immediate pushback from the club. And the club are sort of saying they want to keep him for at least one more season. So, but I mean,
big club, Wolfsburg, big club.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know the Bundesliga, any of us, but that's a massive club. So that's a huge compliment to the caliber of club that's looking at somebody like that. But I think that's the thing. It'd be great if we could, I don't think we'll get to the playoffs this year as much as, I'm not saying we're just 3 points outside it with a way to go. But with the overall thinness of the squad, I don't think we'll get there. But it's brilliant that you say that we've got this bunch of young players now. It's the best shape for youngsters we've had for a long time. It's really good to see. Really good to see.
Yeah, I mean, the ones I would name, Ramirez, Aspir and Edepuku, absolutely. Eames, you got Greavesy as well, you got Coyne, Alfie Marriott, you got Miles Roberts, you've got some really good, and you've got, I think also the lad up front as well. Bloody hell, he scored against Blackpool 2 seasons ago.
Adiamo.
That's it, Adiamo as well. I mean, there's still raw talents. I'm not saying every single one will break through, but I'll be surprised if 3 of them don't. Ramirez of Spain is really, he's a really good player. From what I'm not well adversed in these type of things, but honestly, mate, he's really, really good. I think Greavesy's going to be one hell of a player if he carries on progressing. I think he'll go out on loan for another season, but I think Greavesy's going to be one hell of a player as well. But definitely. Right. Okay. Let's quick prediction, boys. What's happening against Leeds? What do you reckon's going to happen, and what's the score going to be? Who wants to go first? The Turkish immigrant or Mahoney or I don't know. Whatever.
I'm going to go 1-1. I don't think we have enough to beat them. I think it'll be another brave effort like Sunderland. I do. I think we'll take the lead, then we'll kind of sit back a bit and Leeds will take over. So I'll go with a very positive 1-1. I will. That's my honest answer. Yeah, I'll go 1-1 draw.
Do you know what? I fancy us to nick it. We don't, we frustrated Leeds last season. Let's do it again. Let's go out there and show them. You could, I could see it happening now. You start Dave, Dumibar, and I can't think who else could go. And Vatter. Just say you start those 3 Tuesday night. They're going to scare the living daylights out of Leeds' back line because they're not going to know what to do with them. You're going to have two youngsters charging at them with the ball. Anything's possible, and and even Kayembe will probably get a goal Tuesday night. I could see it coming. So I'm going to do your usual, mate. I'm going to go pitch predictor. I'll say 2-1.
Woody's doing it as well, mate. So well done to the Woody as well. Salute to both of you. What do you reckon, Proctor?
Well, I'm just having the way Dino's smiling today. Did you ever used to watch Vic and Bob and Shooting Stars?
Yeah. Bit done from above.
Yeah, it reminds me of the guy with a Greek name. I can't think of his name.
I'm Greek now.
Mark Lamar.
Great Turkey.
Not Mark Lamar. No.
He's a greasy lover.
Reminds me of the guy from Vic and Bob.
Oh, but more, yeah, Vic and Bob, yeah.
Yeah, it's that guy. Bloody name. That's what it reminds me of. Yeah, no, I'm going to go optimistic, cheeky 1-0 win. I think I remember being there when Leeds had they had Cantona. They were the kings of England, and they came to Vicarage Road and we beat them 2-0 in the League Cup. You might remember that. That was a great night.
It wasn't bad, was it?
Yeah. And obviously we had the 3-0 at Cardiff a couple of years after that. But I think 1-0. No reason why not. I mean, Leeds are a hell of a good team. I'm not going to deny that. But it'd be nice, keep the momentum going for sure. So we'll see. What do you think, mate?
Yeah, you know what I'm like. Every single week I go 2-1. I'm boring as hell. Yeah, it's always 2-1, mate. My mindset is always I go there expecting a win every single game. If we don't get it, we don't get it. But Watford win 2-1 from Woody. Melanie says 2-2. Ryan says, I reckon next season we will see quite a few breakthroughs regarding youth players. Not a lot of funds to buy, so I think we will bleed them. Absolutely, mate. The future's bright. The 2 things we have for the rest of the season: beat the Airport team convincingly and maintain mid-table obscurity. I'll settle for that, Halsey. Melanie agrees with Ryan. 3-1 to Leeds for me. Just hit another gear recently. 19 clean sheets. I'm not confident. They did get knocked out in the cup, though, didn't they? I think by Millwall. Yeah. So hopefully they've rocked a little bit.
Yeah, unbeaten runs are there to be ended. Simple. and we've got a habit over the years of doing it.
Yeah, I know. I hate going on about Liverpool one because they bled that dry as much as they could, but that does prove it can happen. And Leeds are not Liverpool.
Exactly.
No, true.
Exactly, mate. I mean, they're fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I think we do play better against teams that open up more, that try and cut than try. Halsey saying, can Darren do them Sergeant Jones ventriloquist stuff yet? Did you do Jimi Hendrix yet?
Who's Sergeant Jones?
Jones,
that's
Jonesy,
Jones.
innit? He does the
Jones, the
voices.
black guy, the comedian, the
He does all the
impressionist that can
voices.
do all the sound
Yeah.
effects.
Can you do Jimi Hendrix?
Oh, no.
Right.
We were playing Hendrix yesterday. We were playing Hendrix for the band yesterday, actually. Hey Joe.
Well, so you should be able to do it then.
On drums. I play on.
That's not good enough, mate. We need guitars.
After the show, you need to go and watch Police Academy and find out and remember the characters.
I'm thinking back to. I now know you.
It's all coming back to him. Oh, it's fucking brilliant. I think it's Police Academy 4 when he does Hendrix.
Yeah,
That's brilliant. Yeah.
He does it at the club, then he jumps into the club, doesn't he?
yeah.
The William Heist's gang, isn't it? Right, here we go. Police Academy machine, guns, etc., etc. He's got to watch Police Academy. Yeah, this is going to go on. This is going to rattle on now, mate. Seriously, it's like my daughter claiming that she didn't watch the Goonies. I'm sorry, no daughter of mine has not watched the Goonies, so I don't care what my Mick Hucknall-looking daughter makes out about that. She's definitely seen the Goonies.
Great.
Jesus Christ, love. Right, okay. What segment time moves? I mean, plenty to cheer about, but I'll let you enlighten us.
Indeed, mate. Indeed, hit that button. Yes. Hello, people. And all we ask is there'll be no Police Academy appearing in the background. I can assure you. Well, background of where I'm sitting. Possibly someone else might have other ideas. Can't think who that is. Anyways, we get to a quick little non-league roundup. Oh God. I'm never going near that bar in my life, trust me. Right, quick bit of non-league roundup. Plenty going on yesterday. 1 or 2 games for the local sides were called off because of the weather we've had this week over here. Not particularly great, doesn't help. But I've got to say, firstly, I've got to say a big well done because I'm actually going to rewind about 6 days because last Monday Hemel took on Bournemouth at Vauxhall Road in a Hertfordshire derby, and when we talk about derbies, we say we want them entertaining, we want to see plenty of things going on. This game had absolutely everything last Monday for a derby. It finished 4-3 to Bournemouth. It was harsh on Hemel because they didn't deserve to lose. But some of the goals that were scored were just out of this world. And if you want to know what I'm on about for the Hemel Bournemouth game, go onto YouTube if you're on YouTube now watching this. Type in Hemel Hempstead Football Club and click the highlights because trust me, you will see some goals like never before, especially one from Hemel. A player called Brandon Barsley launched an absolute weldy into the top corner. And Pitch, I don't know if you've seen it, mate, but honestly, this goal just it almost took the net out. That's how good it was. He hit it that hard. On the angle, it was just superb. But yeah, unfortunately, they lost 4-3 in a thrilling derby game. But moving swiftly on to yesterday's action, because they were all back in action again. They all got to get their games done. Just a quick couple of results. Going to leave Hemel's one till last because it was interesting for Hemel. It was very interesting. So Kings Langley slipped up. We're losing another technical Hertfordshire derby to Welwyn Garden City 1-0. That was away. St Albans got a valuable point away at Welwyn United, but it is looking like it's not going to be enough for them because they are still in the bottom 4 and they are a whopping 17 points behind Hemel. And that has never happened. Pidge will back me up on that as well. In all the years going to watch the Tudors.
Absolutely, mate.
Yeah, that's never happened. St Albans are in disarray big time. Never known anything like it. I've never seen them so bad as well. So, but yeah, talking of Hemel, because I haven't mentioned the result from yesterday, and what a game they had. They decided to have another ding-dong game. this time at home to Chippenham Town. And yes, the Hemel Town fans were greeted by a Watford legend, none other than Gifton Noel Williams turning up, people. Yes, that is right, the legend that is Gifton, who has also appeared on the show. Brilliant win for Hitchin as well. Thank you, Melanie. That's fantastic. Forgot about them. Yeah, so Gifton turned up because his son was playing for Chippenham Town. Unfortunately, his son didn't get the result he wanted because Hemel ran out 4-2 winners. It will never be renamed Apsley Mill, Woody. That is just preposterous. It's crazy talk. But yes, well done to the Tudors. They picked up a brilliant 4-2 win. If you want to see dubious goals, I know there's been so much talk about them this weekend. If you thought Harry Maguire's goal on Friday night was offside, you need to see Hemel's third goal, because how the linesman didn't give offside for this, I'll never know. And even Gifton said the guy was 2 yards offside, which we all agreed with. So big well done to Hemel. They're on the up. That's 4 wins in the last 6 games. So 1-4 drawn, 1 lost, 1 in the last 6. Brilliant turnaround in fortunes for them. Halfway up. Oh my god, it's brilliant. So there's also midweek non-league this week. They're all back in action again this week. Like I say, they've got to get the games done and dusted. I know Hem will go to Chelmsford City tomorrow night. That's 7:45. I think St Albans don't play again till Tuesday night. And I think they're at home as well. But of course we're at home, so we all know where we're going to be. But moving swiftly on, because it has been a good day for Watford women. It's been a very good day, actually. And I've got all my stuff in front of me because I had to write this down, because otherwise I'd forget it all. So, as I said last week, they were out on the road this week and they certainly delivered the goods. They've made the trip down just near Wales to take on Gwalia United at Newport's ground. Not Newport County, this is another Newport ground. And they've come home with 3 points. They won by 3-0. Brilliant win. A debut for a new keeper as well, because we've got far too many keepers to choose from. But goals from Bianca Baptiste, Anna Philby and Poppy Wilson. But yet again, we have played over half the game with 10 players because one of our players was sent off again. Seriously, got to stamp this out. It's not great. Yes, Woody, it's a great day for the Golden Girls. Really, really chuffed to win with 10 men. Not 10 men, 10 players. Sorry, 10 players. Is phenomenal. They're back up to 4th in the table with a couple of games in hand. Also, I just want to take this moment to say the biggest congratulations to Anne Mayweld, who clocked 100 appearances for Watford women today. It is absolutely brilliant. And if you get a chance to see this, we're so sorry we weren't there to give you the biggest cheer of all coming out this afternoon for the 100th time. But we are planning something, I think. So be prepared for over the next couple of games, because we're going to give you one massive cheer. Talking of midweek games, actually, there's a run. Yes, Melanie, another sending off. 2 yellow cards this time. It wasn't a straight red, thank God. But we haven't seen any highlights yet to determine whether these yellow cards were justified, because it sounded like 2 were dished out in the space of less than a minute. So could be a case of very, very harsh yellow cards, but we shall see with that one. But like I say, the girls are back in action because it's a busy week for them. They're going to play again on Wednesday night. Now, do you live in southwest London? Okay, yes, it was Coral that was red carded. Thank you, Woody. Do you live in southwest London or can get to southwest London on Wednesday night? If you can, the girls are taking on AFC Wimbledon this Wednesday. It is being played at Rayners Park Football Club. Unfortunately, we're not at Plough Lane this time around, like the FA Cup game was a few months ago. So it kicks off at 7:45, and I've been told that and this is brilliant. So it's definitely this is worth trying to get down to. It's £7 for adults, and under 18s free entry. That's right. I'm going to say that again. Under 18s free entry. So if you live in that area, or you fancy a quick charge around the M25 in the rush hour, which probably isn't really sensible, but if you want to do it, do it. Get to Rainers Park FC for 7:45, and like I say, under 18s you get in for free. You can get tickets in advance. Go to AFC Wimbledon's website. They'll have a link and everything to go and get them. And excuse me, and yeah, hopefully there'll be as many people down there as possible. I can't make it because of my new job. Bit gutted about that, but I just cannot do it. It's not feasible. Under you cheeky sod, Halsey. God, you wait. Get you back for that. It's God, you throw me off. But also next Sunday, just with the girls, we are also on the road again. Now, anyone up in Bedfordshire, Buckinghamshire, because Watford are coming up to play their rearranged game against MK Dons next Sunday, 2:00 kickoff. It is going to be played at Newport Pagnell Football Club. All the ticket prices have stayed the same as the last one. I think it was like £5 for adults or something like that. So if you're about next Sunday, you live in the Milton Keynes area or in and around that area, please come on down and cheer the girls on. They appreciate all the support, no matter where they go, whether it's north, east, south, west. They love seeing the Watford fans turn up to cheer them on. They really do appreciate it, and they play for the badge, they play for the shirt. They absolutely love it. And like I say, this is, this could cap a great week if they get at least 2 wins out of 3. If they get 3 out of 3, it'd be brilliant. Following the debacle of a couple of weeks ago against Lewis, won't talk about that because it will drive me up the wall again. But like I say, they're the next 2 games. AFC Wimbledon Wednesday night at Rainers Park. Next Sunday, Milton Keynes Dons at Newport Pagnell Football Club. Guys, please, if you can, come out and cheer the girls on. I will be at MK Dons. Trust me, I'll be there. So yeah, come on down and cheer the girls on.
Hey, back on. Don't go for the rest, I think. Yeah, so yeah, it should be back. It always happens, mate. It should be staple of the show now. Don't get their moves robbed. Yeah, I saw the video of the sendings off. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was, shocking's being kind to it, definitely. Right, we're going to go, boys and girls. There'll be no Sunday show next week because I'm on a 12-hour, lovely 12-hour shift next week. So we will be back Saturday reviewing the game. So we'll see you 8 p.m. as always next week. And then the following Sunday, obviously TMA Sunday Night Live will be back. Then some massive shout out to Darren. What happened to Captain Harris? I don't know, mate. He's probably been called back up, mate. We'll find it. We'll get to the bottom of it, mate. But yeah, massive shout. Oh, he's called Hightower. They're off, mate. Massive shout out to Darren, Moodinho, and Dino. Thank you very much, boys. Yeah, no, that's all down to Moobs, by the way. The only credit I will ever get was managing to get Moobs on in the first place to do it. Yeah. Like, can you move Moobs? I might see myself. That's disgusting, isn't it, mate? Racist.
Rascal. You wait till I see that man. He's in trouble.
I'll get my hands on him.
Yeah.
Right, boys and girls, we'd like to say we'll see you next week. But as always, you've been beautiful. We've been TMA. It's good night from the legend.
It's good night from Cell Block 8.
It's good night from Pidge.